I think basically anything that is not full code is dead. Like
Yeah,
because
I agree there.
the only advantages you have are when you're working in full code. That anytime you drop below that, you're taking this genius assistant and you're just handcuffing him. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like yeah. I was telling somebody it's like you have Albert Einstein. You're making him write in Mandarin. It's
yeah,
it's just it makes no sense. And so I think
yeah.
things like PowerPoint are I mean PowerPoint more than just about anything is built for that prior era. It's just all
Mm,
click and drag and set properties and it's no code and
yeah.
it's gonna be roadkill in a month.
Yeah, I mean, this is only just with Nano. This is only with Nano
Right.
Banana Pro has this become a reality from what I've seen, and I think it's only, this is just going to accelerate from here. I mean, the usage of Nano Banana Pro, I think, is off the charts. Like if you just listen or read any of the sort of headlines that are coming out,
Yep.
I think that everyone's underestimated how important image generation tools are to just like knowledge work, like how they will impact knowledge work. And I think it's even surprised me actually, because I would never even have dreamt of this capability being possible, but now it's here. Like, wow, this actually changes so much within just general knowledge work. Like how much of knowledge work? Like I remember my jobs where I was sitting in an organization. I mean, half the organization is just creating PowerPoints to each other and going to
Right.
meetings. Like that
Briefing slides and
that is honestly what half of these larger, like very large organizations do. Um, and so if you can just generate this stuff automatically and you can analyze data and then present it like this, that's where this people will build tools to be able to enable this. Like this is what will be embedded into ChatGPT and things like that very, very soon. I mean, it's not here, but it will be very soon. I mean, that's going to just change a lot, like a lot. They'll change more than ChatGPT has changed things up to date.
well, it was interesting because just before we came on, I was on with a couple of the folks I've been working on with the Plotly stuff, and what I did is just I can show you that it just created this 2,000 line skill. Um, just send you a share request, and it's basically it's the back end of what you just described with your Nano Banana, which is it
Right.
just takes it just takes the code, throws it into a that local web server, and then just uses the iteration between the code and what the code renders, and it just keeps running until it gets the loop right, and then it says, "Oh, we're done," and you want to take a look, and if you like it, you say, print it, and it just goes back up to the dashboard, and it renders. So all the
Yeah.
interactions intact, and it's like you know the idea that we're still even in the mode of writing DAX and building charts. It's like I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just over, isn't it? You know, I had this like terrible interaction with someone online the other day, and and I was just like I can't believe that someone would write this to me. Like I just couldn't believe it. And then like I was kind of it pissed me off for a little bit, and then I was just trying to think about it over the last couple of days. Like, why would someone write this? Like this sort of stuff. And I realized that I think like there's just so much anxiety out there, and it's anxieties about AI's role and what it's doing to a lot of jobs and a lot of worth, and that's just a reaction to that, and they seem and I think I was just in the middle of that anxiety, and I think that's real. Like I think that is a real thing. The usage of Excel and PowerPoint will go down over 90% in the next 2 to 3 years. That's basically what I have discovered. Um,
PowerPoint's already dead. I think that
yeah,
Nano Banana can do PowerPoint slides like better than you
exactly,
can in
exactly,
like 10 seconds.
exactly. So PowerPoint, my reason for my prediction there is I created my own PowerPoint like application using Claude Code and plugging in Nano Banana. I created it within a day yesterday, within a day, and I am now able to create presentations um, with a couple, like just a couple of prompts, adding reference images, boom, get a presentation. I mean, I can show you one. And what it opens up is when you do it like that without much sort of like intervention, like human intervention. I was like, we're thinking you could create like a one-off presentation per customer now. You know, like if you're doing a sales presentation or marketing presentation, and the need for like human involvement, clicking and dragging and all that, it's over. It's totally over. It's totally over. You just do not need to do it. And you got to think that the image models are going to get even better. I mean, like, you know, they aren't perfect every single time, but you just push a button and you say, generate another one, generate another one.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing. I just wrote something today. You don't even have to push the button anymore. You just iterate it through Claude Skills. That what you do is you pop it up on I think it's 8080 on the local web server, and then
Yeah.
there's a playwright skill that you can call, and
Mm.
so you can have it look at the nano banana images that it creates, and
Yeah.
then if any of the stuff is wrong, like if there's
Mm.
incorrect spelling or something, you can just tell it keep iterating until those spelling errors are gone. So by the
Yeah.
time you see it, whatever requirements you have, you can specify, and it just does it. You just I got this big red button. You just
Yeah.
you just hit it, and it just goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
No,
what you and
it's,
I've talked about, which is if you can specify the requirements,
yeah.
then you just delegate it.
Yeah. Well, before the Nano Banana Pro, you couldn't do it because it didn't write the text out properly, right? Like it can do good images, but never could get the text. But now you just say, I want a presentation with this text and use these reference images to create this image. Then boom, it creates it for you. I really actually want to show you. I really want to show you. I
Yeah,
want to show you.
pop it up, pop it up.
Um, um, and what else did I? Yeah, and just the speed of it. I mean, the cost is still quite high. It's really the other interesting thing about it is right. Like if you think about the cost of PowerPoint as a subscription, it's really not that much. It's not that much. It's like bundled into Office 365 and things like this. But my realization is that I rebuilt PowerPoint for basically nothing. Really, you know, it cost me nothing, a few tokens and a day's worth of time. And creating presentations is going to cost me more money. It's going to cost me more money because every time I generate a slide, it costs me 15 cents at the moment, right? It's going to cost
There's
me
there's an open router. There's an open router when you use it only costs 4 cents per image on Nano Banana.
Nano Banana Pro.
I
Right,
believe so.
I'm using Replicate at the moment. So their sort of cost for the highest tier, for the highest quality is 15 cents. So let's just say it's 15 cents.
Yeah.
So I guess my theory is that yes, you're going to pay more for presentations now, but the presentations are going to be more effective and they're going to be done quicker. So there's sort of like that is a an analogy of like just a sort of another trend that I'm seeing, right? Like you might be paying more for using a piece of software, but and then if say you were using some generic SaaS application, because you're going to, but the effectiveness of the output is going to be way more, right? Because I can create a presentation which is highly, highly targeted at a particular customer, and I can do it in about 10% of the time, maybe 5% of the time, maybe even less than that, you know, like. So the economics of actually doing specific things is like rapidly changing with all of this.